Chapter 3, Lessons in Confidence. The day of your return from the Maldives. You stare down at your phone, rereading the email for the third time. This is out of the blue. It's only been a week since I got fired. So, Levy, you really don't think it's weird that someone would be interested in hiring a sharp, newly available writer like you? No, I don't. But things like this just don't happen. At least not to me. You shake your head and tuck the phone away, too tired from your flight to process everything right now. Aren't you going to answer it? I will in the morning, after I've had time to think. I don't want to get my hopes up too high. It's probably too good to be true, let's face it. No recruiter has ever reached out to me before. That's it. Get inside. Despite his cool expression, Levy is firm when he grips your wrist and storms up to your apartment. Once inside, he points at the door to your dungeon. Your heart skips a beat. I want you in there now. You clearly need another lesson. You have no idea what's going on, but suddenly his sudden change of mood can only mean one thing. You're displeased with me? Yeah. Your confidence is completely and utterly garbage. You bet your sweet ass I am. Get in there. You enter the dungeon. Levy slams the door closed so hard it shakes the room. Now tell me why I've ordered you in here. Still startled, you rack your brain for a reason. It's because I didn't answer my email. That's what started this whole thing. You didn't like how I handled the recruitment email? Now we're getting somewhere. He looms over you. Mere inches away, his whole body emanates heat and power. You want to be a dom, but it'll never work. Not when you're missing a key element. Confidence. Without confidence, you'll never get the respect you deserve, not from your employer and definitely not from your sub. Yep. Levy steps back and gestures to you, his eyes appraising. Start by showing me your body. Easy enough. You reach to begin, pulling your clothes off, but he grips your wrists and stops you. I didn't say undress, I said show me your body. You should not need to get naked to make me want you. Strike a pose. Show off my ass. Touch my... He didn't say that either. Pose, kinda. Show off my ass, eh. Painfully aware of his scrutiny of his gaze, you turn to the side, gazing him over your shoulder, arching your back. Keep going. I want to see more. Feeling flustered, you run your hands up your sides, emphasizing the drama of your curves. Why are you flushing? I've seen those breasts completely bare, and I've been between those legs more times than I care to count. Levy! You fight the urge to fidget as he approaches you. I won't lie, the body is the first thing that drew me to you. It was designed for pleasure and for pain. You really thought that right away? You're still glowing with pleasure when Levy once again starts looking at you in that detached, appraising way. Now that we've covered your appearance, it's time to move on to your other attributes. Other attributes? Like what? Let's start with that brilliant mind of yours. In before mouth is next, I'm just saying. Tell me what you're best at work. Instead of hearing you beg, I want to hear you brag. Okay, I'm good at... finding the heart of a problem. I'm tenacious. If there's an issue, I won't stop until I know the source. That's the only way you can ever really solve an issue. Anything else is just a band-aid. Levy narrows his eyes at you and nods once. Okay, say it again. You're getting frustrated with Levy's commands. When you speak again, it's with a rough determination. I don't give up when things get hard. I get the job done even when everyone else thinks it's impossible. Getting better again. Levy! You throw up your hands and give up trying to fight him. I'm good at my job. I was a valuable asset to Lewis's campaign, and they were lucky to have me. There it is. That's exactly how I want you to talk during your interview. Strong, loud, confident. I knew you had it in you. It just needed a little coaxing. His mood shifts from one detached authority to a much hotter intensity. Now that you're feeling more confident in yourself, it's time for the next part of the lesson. If it's anything like part 1, I think I'm gonna like it. A good Dom always maintains perfect control, or at least projects the illusion of it. Their sub, your sub, is trusting you with their darkest desires. You have to be worthy of that trust, or at least project it. Levy, how do you handle that level of trust? Are you afraid of what happens if you let your sub down? Like all skills, it takes practice. It's why experienced Doms are so valuable in our community. This is true. So it's basically fake it till you make it. Shit-eating grin right now, because it's literally my mantra in life. You know, I literally keep telling people that on the stream. I told someone that just the other day. They started a new job, was it Monday? I was like, yeah, no, fake it till you make it, because they were all worried about their confidence. In a manner of speaking, yes, but if your sub can tell you're faking, then the whole experience will feel off. He leans in close, his next words a whisper against your mouth. It's like faking an OG. A good partner will always be able to tell. Mm-hmm. You saw Ian open your mouth against his, but he doesn't deepen the pressure. Not so fast, you haven't earned a kiss yet. But I've done everything you asked. Yes, but it's one thing to talk about having confidence, and it's another thing to show it. Even though you long to feel the touch of his lips, your interest peaks. What did you have in mind? If you want to be a convincing Dom, then you need to put your skills to the test. If you think you're ready, we could pay a visit to a fetish club. Roleplay is two strangers meeting for the first time. Just a man like me waiting to be picked up by a Dom like you. Delight grips you. Roleplay with Levy is always fun, and to do it in public adds an extra element of excitement. We'll see where it goes, but as always, remember, if it gets too spicy, it has to be discontinued because of the whole YouTube thing. What club did you have in mind? He grins wickedly and turns to leave the dungeon. The one I first took you to, of course. I'll see you there in half an hour. You arrive at the club just after sunset, feeling exhilarated. Since you're supposed to pretend you're here on your own, you head straight for the bar. Look at you, all grown up and cruising for new blood. I can't believe you remember me. I never forget an ass like yours. What can I get you? Spot Levy out of the corner of your eye and shake your head. Nothing right now, thanks. I found what I'm looking for. You approach Levy with a sure step, remembering his instructions about confidence. Hello, stranger. You chose a dangerous place to get a drink. You stop a few paces short of Levy, doing your best to look as suave as he always does. With so many sharks in the water, a man like you sure is to get bitten. What makes you think I don't bite back? You blink, taken aback. As a sub, you've never replied so boldly to a Dom, even one you just met. Did your Dom allow you to talk to her like that? If you were my sub... Levy interrupts with a short laugh. Oh, I'd never take up a Dom like you. I need someone with a more masterful hand. He's doing this on purpose, acting like a Dom instead of letting me take charge. And there's people like that. They need to be forced. It's kind of like trying to tame a wild horse. Wait. If you were my sub, you wouldn't be saying that for long. You refuse to let him win. If he's gonna throw punches, you plan to roll with him. Don't let my sweet smile fool you. I've been around the dungeon a few times. Levy smirks, clearly enjoying himself. Please, you look like you wouldn't hurt a fly even if it got on its knees and begged for it. If I had you on your knees, that mouth would be too busy to beg. Levy relaxes his stance as you pass through the first test of your skills. I can appreciate a Dom with a take-no-prisoners attitude. The praise sends heat through you, giving you another boost of confidence. Oh, I take plenty of prisoners, in fact. That was a shit comeback. You take Levy by the arm and lead him across the room to a wall of toys. I think we'll start your torture right now. Run the silky feathers through your fingers, wondering how teasing sensation would feel on your skin. You call that thing torture? The way I use it, you'll be crying out for release. Levy looks skeptical, but you know that the best way to get him to do anything is to goad him. My mistake. I thought you looked strong enough to handle it, but if I'm wrong... His eyes narrow as you playfully spin the toy. I'm not afraid of your pain, or of you. Then prove it. You brush the toy delicately against his neck, swallows hard but maintains his composure. It seemed a little tame to me. Are you sure you don't want to show me how it's done? You smile coyly. You may not be an expert Dom, but you know Levy's only used to playing one type of game. Give me a body part worth teasing, and then we'll see who's tame. You hold his gaze as you slowly trail the feathers up your inner thigh and to the crest of your legs. Levy makes a gesture over his body as if inviting you to make your selection. Well, if you're so determined to prove me wrong, have at me. Anything and anywhere you want. Good boy. You know Levy's only indulging you, but you still delight in your temporary authority. You move slowly, savoring it. Well, I don't have all night. And I'll take as long as I please. You push Levy into a chair and trail the tickler down his leg until you reach the exposed skin of his ankle. He tenses his muscles reflexively, and you smile in a satisfied response. Oh no, is that too much for you? You'll have to try harder than that. This time you gesture for Levy to bear more of his chest to you. He slowly opens the button of his shirt to reveal the hard swell of his chest. Digging your lower lip between your teeth, you bite back a moan as you trace the feather tip over the chiseled plane with the lightest touch. Not bad. What else do you have for me? You've been such a good boy. I think you should have a say. A smile creeps across his face. You don't trust that look, but you're also starting to get very worked up. Tickle me right here. Like a tickle me Elmo. Sorry, not sorry. Levy reaches for the bottom of his shirt and tugs it out of his waistband, revealing his perfectly molded abs. God, yes. You dance the feather toy across his perfect skin, raising goosed flesh in your wake. Levy strains to control his muscles. Before you have time to pull away, Levy's hand darts out and grabs you around the wrist. Adept technique, very impressive. How impressive? Impressive enough to take the rest of the session to the back room. You're coming with me. He hurries you towards the curtain and leads to the private area where more couples are playing. Where I'm sure it's gonna get, Levy finds a secluded corner. You know this is your last chance to assert yourself before he resumes full command. It's time for... and what did I just say? Short and sweet. If I want to be a real Dom, I'm gonna need a lot more practice. This was an amazing start. You like shake as you Levy adjust your clothes. His glance is predictably amused. A few more nights like this, and you might be ready for your next lesson. What's the next lesson? You'll find out when I'm ready to tell you, and not a second before. Later that week, you need to meet up with Mallory at an upscale boutique to find the perfect outfit for your job interview. Okay, I need a rundown on the look we're going for. More intellectual sex goddess or high-power political sex goddess? Is there a reason all your options include sex goddess? The goddess part's built in, my friend. I'm just trying to properly accessorize her. You laugh as you start perusing the racks. A shopping excursion with Mallory is the final confidence boost you need to get this right. How about a high-powered political goddess, then? It's a political writer gig at Nerve, the new online magazine that broke the Buzzgate story. Oh, wow. Nerve is everywhere right now. That's a hell of a first interview. Yeah, I still can't believe Lewis kicked me to the curb. If a place like Nerve wants me, then Lewis made a big mistake letting me go. Damn straight. Did the email say anything about who recommended you for the position? It said I was highly recommended, but didn't mention a name. Must have been someone on Lewis's campaign, though. You cast her a sideways look. Speaking of, how are things around there? Is it a desolate wasteland since I left? Basically, I was so desperate for excitement that I talked to a water cooler delivery guy for an hour yesterday. I'm sorry, that sounds awful. It wasn't. He moonlights as an underwear model. Jesus. What? I scheduled a ton of tweets while we chatted. Your girl can multitask with the best of them. Seriously, though, it's getting down to the campaign wire, so everyone has their noses to the grindstone. Mallory, I'm really gonna miss having my bestie in the office. I'm gonna miss you too, but this is a good move for you. It sounds like a serious step up. I mean, is it though? Remember that her MC really wanted to be in politics, and she really wanted to make good and do all these other things, and now she's going to be writing for just a magazine. Yeah, she still has the potential to do it, but at the same time she lost a really great gig. I know, I'm ready to tackle things on a national level. Look at you, all grown up and full of yourself. Where'd this newfound confidence come from? Mallory, it's about time I owned my strengths. I'm tired of always feeling like I'm not enough. I'm smart, I'm driven, I'm good at what I do. That's it. If we're gonna capitalize on the bold new you, we need an outfit that kicks ass and takes names. He pulls out a sexy, a professional blouse and slacks combo and holds it up. And this is just the thing to do it. I mean, it's certainly an interesting outfit, but, you know, let me know what you think. This is what a dom would wear to land her dream job, which means it's perfect for me. The people at Nerve aren't gonna know what hit them. You're ready to take your purchase to the checkout counter, but Mallory stops you. Not so fast, I just spotted something I know you won't be able to resist. You watch as she grabs a pair of super sexy, super tall stilettos sitting on a shoe display. Those were made for more than walking. They're gorgeous, but you really think I can pull them off? Are you kidding? You kill in those. In the Newbery and the dungeon. You pick up the shoes, turn them in your hands. The patent leather, firm yet supple. Shoes like these can bring so much pain. You brush the tip of the heel against your wrist to show how even a little pressure can leave a mark. There's no confident, sexy dom would go to an interview without them in. Really? We're just... You've added stiletto heels to your... Oh god, alright. You've unlocked the heels. Throughout the book, you'll have a chance to collect things. Collect them all to get a bonus, and unlock a special scene at the end. Armed with your new shoes and your new outfit, you're ready for anything, including your upcoming interview. The day of your interview dawns, and you're feeling confident about your prospects. Levy and Mallory are right. I'm on my way up in the world. Nerve would be lucky to have me. Until they let it leak. Levy suggested you for the job, but you know. Can't wait for this one. You push through the doors of your prospective new office right on time. A man and a woman wait in the lobby to greet you. Miss Sullivan, welcome to NER. I'm Clive from Human Resources. He reaches out to shake your hand, giving your outfit appreciative look. Dressed like that, you'd think this is a fashion magazine. Very polished. Thanks, but fashion is way too cutthroat for me. Politics is more my speed. Oh, yeah, no, politics is very tame versus fashion. Not. Funny. A woman of many talents, I see. This is, Natalia Levin, our senior political editor. AKA your boss, if you impress us today. This'll be fun. Something about the woman is familiar, but you can't seem to place her. It's a pleasure to meet you both. Likewise, please follow me. He leads you and Natalia to the conference room and gestures for you to take a seat at the round table. As I mentioned in the email, we've reviewed your body of work. You're accomplished a lot in a very short time. And based on the recommendation we received, you've made quite the impression on some influential people. One almost wonders how you managed it all. She eyes you sharply, but you refuse to let yourself appear flustered. Tom wouldn't let this kind of talk slide. Listen, you keep referring to yourself as this and I'm gonna get pissed. You're not. Let alone no Dom sits there and goes, I'm a Dom. It's like being like, I'm an alpha male. No, shut up, you're a little bitch. I'm about to backhand you. I have accomplished a lot, but that's because politics is my passion. It's easy to succeed at something when you're willing to put everything you have into it. You've certainly put everything you have into that outfit. I'll say that much for you. The senior editor's praise sounds honest, but oddly begrudging. Politics are full of cutthroat people. You never know who's a friend and who's an enemy, so it's important to be ready to tackle both. You practically stole the words from my lips. With a friendly smile, Clive pulls out a pen and launches into his questions. We'll start with the simple ones. In your opinion, what's the most important part of being a political writer? The most important part is meeting future presidents. I mean, how do you know they're a future president? I mean, I get it. Traveling abroad? No. Staying unbiased. I'm just gonna go with meeting future presidents. Well, that's a nice prospect. It's not really relevant to most of our work. Well, you did ask about politics. Are you only interested in meeting famous people? You flush and try to cover up your mistake. Not at all. I just meant that it's important people know the truth about who's writing public policy. She gives you a chilly stare as Clive jots down a few notes. You fight the urge to fidget. You can keep staring. I don't give a shit. You look ugly when you stare, by the way. It's a good thing I practice being stared at. And at least I have my clothes on this time. Politics doesn't usually conform to the typical 9-to-5 work schedule. How do you feel about being asked to work odd and extended hours when there's a big story or election? I thought we weren't talking about politics, now we're talking about an election. I don't understand this line of questioning, it seems stupid. Well... I'll do anything to get a story. I'm a firm believer in work-life balance, but there are times when a story comes first. I have to say, I like what I'm hearing. You obviously understand the world of politics. I love everything about it. The demanding pace, the high stakes, the power. My turn to ask a question. Her eyes glitter as they meet yours, and you can't help feeling that she knows about the photos leaked into Lewis's office. As you know, politics is rife with intrigue. What would you do if you found out an elected official had a dark secret? If I found a secret, I'd... get rid of the evidence? No, remember, you're a writer. You're someone who breaks the news. Discover the truth behind it. Find a way to use it to my advantage. Discover the truth behind it. I'd never report a story or leak any information until I was 100% sure of my sources. No one deserves to have their career damaged over false accusations, even in politics. Great answer. Ethics are important in the field of journalism, but especially in political reporting. Everyone deserves the truth. Not bad. You're more promising than I expected. You don't know Natalia yet, but there's a high praise coming from her. She's not an easy woman to please. That's all of our questions for now. Is there anything else we should know about you? This is my last chance to impress them. I should come up with something good, something Levy would approve of. You should know that I'm perfect for this job. Perfection doesn't exist. Even for dumbs, I'm sorry. I won't be intimidated no matter what you throw at me. I've overcome more obstacles this past year than most people face in a decade. I don't take things lying down unless I want to. That's some guarantee. I have to say, you're not at all what I expected. Thank you. You arch your brow in the best Levy imitation, excuse me. Natalia seems to react instinctively to it, her whole posture softening. I hope you're not disappointed by what you found. Surprised, but certainly not disappointed. We still have a few more candidates to interview, but you're the woman to beat. We'll be in touch. I look forward to hearing from you. You leave the interview feeling proud of yourself for doing your best, no matter what the outcome. Listen, we know what the outcome is. Shut up and move on. Like, I'm serious. You head home once you leave the Nerve building. After all the prep work you put in, you deserve a nice, long, restful evening to yourself. I also deserve to hear a friendly voice. I promised Levy to let him know how the interview went. You grab your phone, dial, and Levy picks up on the first ring. How'd it go? Am I talking to the newest political writer at Nerve? I'm not sure. My potential boss seems like an ice queen. It felt like she hated me before I walked in the door. I'm not sure if I changed her mind. That's unacceptable. You're surprised to hear the hard edge of his dumb voice on the other end of the line. You will get that job, Ella. That's all there is to it. Interesting. Without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down in the description of the video. There's plenty of cool things to do, check out, and whatnot. With that being said, please, if you do enjoy the content, subscribe. Join the family. Join this community. It's been around for a very, very long time. A lot longer than a lot of the other communities on YouTube. Seriously, we have been around since nearly the start of this whole entire website. Think about that. Like, just take a moment and think about that. For as long as you've known YouTube, I've been around. I don't know whether to pat myself on the back or go, what the hell? But with that being said, you better have enjoyed this. Because if you didn't, I'll make sure you did. Bye.